Suffering is real. It may be easy to say that someone is suffering, but it is never simple to live through it. It can hurt the body, leave trauma in the mind, and create scars in the memory that nobody else can see. It takes away our sense of control, challenges our pride, and reminds us that we are neither eternal nor self-sufficient. It exposes how much of our security depended on life unfolding as we expected. This becomes even harder in a culture that treats suffering as something to escape at any cost. Whenever discomfort appears, we are encouraged to silence it, distract ourselves by something new, or chase the next pleasure. Consumerism may offer temporary relief without healing, while individualism teaches us to hide our pain beneath the appearance that we are coping. The Church offers a gentler and more honest path. She understands that suffering is deeply personal. She does not ask us to seek pain, refuse treatment, or remain where we are being harmed. Christians are called to relieve suffering, care for the sick, defend the vulnerable, and seek appropriate help. Yet Christ also shows us that suffering can open our eyes to realities we once failed to see. In the Gospel, the blind man says, "I see men, but they look like trees, walking." His sight has begun to return, but he does not yet see clearly. Sometimes our hearts are like this. We look at life through the blurred vision of fear, pride, possession, and self-protection. We begin treating ourselves and others like empty containers that must constantly be filled with more possessions, achievements, and approval. Suffering can interrupt this illusion. It reminds us that life has seasons of receiving and losing, consolation and desolation. Christian life is not a perfect balance in which nothing hurts. It is a pilgrimage shaped by the Paschal mystery. St. John Paul II warned that a materialistic culture can censor suffering, treating it as useless because it interrupts pleasure, productivity, and independence. But the person who suffers is never useless. Pain can uncover buried fears, false securities, and questions that distraction kept silent. This is where wounded faith can begin to change the face of God in our minds. We may believe easily in His goodness when life is peaceful, but when pain continues and prayers seem unanswered, we begin to ask, "Lord, are you angry with me? Have I disappointed you?" And gradually, those questions may become demands. "Lord, I prayed. I tried to remain faithful. Why have you allowed this?" The Bible does not hide this struggle. The Book of Lamentations was born among ruins, from people who could not understand what God had permitted. Yet their lament remained an act of faith because, even in confusion, they continued speaking to Him. Sometimes faith begins again not when every question is answered, but when a wounded person refuses to stop addressing God. Saint Thomas Aquinas distinguished the fear of a servant who obeys because he expects punishment from the reverence of a child who fears losing closeness with the Father. Suffering can pull us towards servile fear until, instead of asking, "Lord, how can I remain close to you?" we begin asking, "What are you going to take from me next?" The Church does not answer that fear with a theory. She gives us Jesus Christ. In Him, God does not observe suffering from a safe distance. He takes our wounded humanity upon Himself, enters abandonment, injustice, and grief, and carries them through the cross towards the resurrection. The cross does not teach us that pain is good. It reveals that pain cannot make us unreachable to God. And so, beneath our desire for suffering to end, there may be a deeper prayer. Lord, can I trust your heart again? Today, Jesus answers us with one of the most tender lines in the Gospel. A bruised reed he will not break, and a dimly burning wick he will not quench.